So Dubuque is considered high risk mostly because of the miles of track, of mainline track that handle crude or ethanol through the county. And we have two major rail lines, Canadian National, Canadian Pacific. One runs east and west, one runs north and south. So they both carry a fair amount of ethanol, and one carries some crude but limited amounts. So I would assume that's one of the reasons. The other reasons are, rail crossings. I don't know how, number of rail crossings in the county, and of course we have some history of incidents in the past as well.
So I guess what has the department learned from that past derailment in February of last year, and what's it done to make sure that it's prepared, improve response planning?
So, one of the benefits that came out of that response was that it confirmed our assumption that we needed to have those contacts made ahead of time with, the rail companies, the other responders, and we had a lot of those contacts in place and had relationships with those companies, and that proved to be very valuable. And so we've actually extended those a little bit more since then. Been able to do some joint training with those kind of companies and keep up all of our activities with not only the rail companies themselves, but also private contractors that respond to those incidents. So for the Dubuque Fire Department, obviously we cover the city where there's more threat to people and infrastructure and things like that if there were a train derailment. And our capabilities are pretty good as far as being able to apply water. We do have a foam trailer that's set up specifically for things like ethanol. Well, one of the things with Dubuque County is we do have a little more capable response organization than some other counties may have, again because we have a hazmat team locally. We don't have to call one from a distance away. We also have the foam capabilities. We have a good response agreements and relationships with all the emergency responders in the county. So I think there's a good system in place in the county. Some more rural counties would not have the same capabilities that we would have. The report's always useful because it gives us a snapshot of where people saw a problem. The recommendations are something that we'll look at and keep working on, and a lot of the recommendations are for us to continue discussions at the local level and things that we can do outside of regulation, because a lot of that stuff is out of our hands as emergency responders. So we work on the components that we can have an effect on, which is the relationships with the people that we're going to call when there's a problem, the plans that we put in place, and then practicing those plans are what's going to be important to us.